Okay. Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you, producer, for helping me out tonight. Thank you for me. Thank you for coming in and let me just get things organized and then we can talk. Okay. You can do. You left to your own devices for a couple of minutes. I didn't turn this thing on. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hey, Claire, Steve, Mark. Hello, Mark. Two Marks. Mark J. Dr. Sexy, thank you. And Leanne. We're a little bit disorganized. Really hot. I asked the producer. Hold on a second. I asked the producer if I was allowed to come on without a shirt on, and he said no. Why did you? I'm not going to ask him why he said no. I think he said no was because it was unfair for women. There we go. There we go. Let's turn the light on. Over here. Thank you very much. Hey, Kerry. Hey, Hey, Jedster. Good to see you. All right. Lewis and it's curtains. Curtains for Lewis Schaffer. Okay, can we see this so someone can... If you're not on the Twitter, get on the Twitter. Oh, look at all of this stuff here. We got all these pictures. Did I show these to you? Anyway, we got lots and lots of pictures. I mean, this is just a little bit of pictures right here. Thank you very much. It's a hot day today, Mark J. It's a hot day. How hot is it today? It's like 90 degrees. It's 29 or 30 or 31 degrees. I mean, it's a bit cooler here in Nunhead because we're slightly higher in elevation than this. All right, good to see you. Maybe turn on the other light. I mean, soon it's going to be dark. That's the thing. Hello, Lucy. Good to see you. Hello, Pete's Transport. Everybody's coming in here. Did you guys see that I'm in the newspaper? I'm in the Guardian. We'll have to read it because I think it's very interesting. I mean, I like being in the newspaper, but not that much. Well, I apologize for yesterday's show because yesterday's show was a bit wasn't that great. I'm on the TV tonight. That's the other thing we can discuss. I'm on the TV. I'm on the TV. TV tonight. TV tonight. 1, 2, 3. We can discuss that. Lewis just read it. I haven't read the story. Have you all read it? It's in the Guardian. Maybe I should put a link to it. It was good. It's good to be in the Guardian. That guy's a good writer, whatever it is. I don't know what he stands for. I think he's really, I mean, obviously he's on the left if he thinks that I'm killing the left. Which is, I don't want people to think that I'm killing the left. Or maybe I do want people to, I don't know what I want people to do. I don't know. I did my blood pressure too. We can talk about the blood pressure. We can say what's going on. My copy of The Big Fat Surprise has just come in the mail. Wow, that's really fast. That is really, really fast. I recommend that book. I recommend her. I'm not saying I'm in love with her, but I am quite fancy by her. But I've never, whatever. And that's on the TV tonight. I've had 2 cups of tea. Maybe that was too much. I didn't read. I mean, the price of the Guardian, I think, is more money than even the Telegraph. The Telegraph, I went to the shop and I wanted to buy something because I'm not buying any food because I want to be thin. I don't know if you can notice how thin I've gotten. I haven't gotten that thin. I weigh about 100. I weigh 79 kilograms, 79.3, which is, I probably weigh 78.9. I'm not going to tell you why. You don't need to know. Okay, I'm not going to tell you why, but being slender is like really important to me, and I hope it's important to you. I hope it's important to you. You can be beautiful and a little fat and have fat. You can be beautiful and have fat. You look amazing. Thank you, Claire. That's what I love, Claire, because she says I look really good looking. I'm really beautiful, and so are you. Mark. Hello, Steve. Haha, Steve. You're saying haha, Steve. Do a link thing. Yeah, I should do a link thing. Let me see if I can find it. If I can find the Guardian. We will read it aloud, like they do in some of my very favorite TV channel, my favorite YouTube channels. There it is. Does the right... there it is. Hold on a second. Hold on. This crosses out. Does the right tear down progressive society?
Share your screen.
Can I share the screen?
Yeah, go to window capture and then...
Window capture. Okay, hold on a second. Window capture. Okay, and how do I get it on? Get it displayed? Window capture. Window capture.
You see, in the window capture part, there's also another thing called window capture.
Right, got that.
And there's a cog, and then you can click on that, and you can.
Okay. And then there's a cog. The last thing.
Yeah.
Open source. Resonance FM. No, that's not it.
It'll be
there it is. I see it. There we go. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, look at that. Look at that beautiful Columbus. Look at that. And then what do I do? It's not really moving.
You go back to the actual Google thing, so it's just recording it. That's just...
Oh, there you go. So Columbus is in a very good mood. He's actually helping his father today. He's jumping in to help his father. Why are you in a good mood, Columbus? Because I love you being in a good mood.
Because you're jumpy.
Because I'm jumpy. Yeah, I'm a bit jumpy. Yeah. Okay. Can you see that? Okay, we're gonna discuss that. Let me just see what this thing is. Publish. Okay.
Be careful. Don't show your other YouTube things. Click off that page.
Okay.
No, don't click that button.
What button do I click?
Just go back to the Guardian. Don't show any YouTube things. You don't want to share your screen key.
Okay.
And because that could... It would...
Okay. Oh, what happened there? There we go. Can you all see this? Tell me if you can see. You can see this. This is George Monbiot. Is it Monbiot or Monbiot? Who knows what the right way to say that is? Does anybody know what the right way? It's like my name, Lewis Schaffer. What is the correct way of my name? It should be Schaffer. There used to be 2 dots in my name. And I used to make fun of people because how can I pronounce your name? Can't pronounce your name. And then I realized no one could pronounce my name. I was about 25 years old before I realized that. Whether it's bloodshed at Glastonbury or starving people on benefits, the irony poisoning seeps obscene ideas into the range of the possible. Okay, so are they gonna say that Glastonbury is seeping in? How can I see people commenting on this?
At the same time?
At the same time, yeah. Can I move it over?
No. I mean, no, you can't move the Google screen.
I can't move it. Well, how can I read?
You can press equals. Press equals.
Plus equals. Okay, let me go back. I'm on window capture, right?
No, just go to Google and just press equals on your keyboard.
Okay.
And that should bring it up in the top right.
Yeah. There we go. There we go. Yes, I see it right here. Now, can I make this wider, do you think?
No, you can't click on that.
I can't make this wider.
No, you can't touch it.
I can't touch it. Okay, so it's there, so I can actually see it. Thank you. Monbiot. Lucy says Monbiot. What tonight says Monbiot. Friend has a cat called Sefer cat. Okay. So what it's saying is, how many people do we have? Or should I wait before we go over this thing? Or should we go over it right now? Anyway, I'll do it right now. Because I want to read it myself. I want to read this thing myself. Imagine the furore if a Guardian columnist suggested bombing, say, the Conservative Party conference and the Tory stranghold Arundel in Sussex, it would dominate public discussion for weeks. Despite protesting they were only joking, okay, that person would never work in journalism again. Their editor would certainly be sacked. The police would probably come knocking. But when the Spectator columnist Ron Little, okay, speculates about bombing Glastonbury Festival in Brighton, complaints are met with, "Calm down, dear. Can't you take a joke?" The journalist keeps his job, as does his editor and the former Justice Secretary, Michael Gove. They all keep their jobs. There's one rule for the left and another for the right, which is what the left always think. There's one rule for the left and one rule for the right. Okay, that name, okay, that's the same applies to the recent comments on GB News by its regular guest. I'm a regular guest. How do you like that, Lou Columbus? A regular guest, thank you. He proposed. I made a proposal. I actually did. You read my plan? It was about 450 pages about how we could do what we're doing. Okay. He proposed to reduce the number of disabled people claiming benefits. He would just starve them. I mean, that's what people have to do. That's what you've got to do to people. You just can't give people money. Right? That's what Lewis Schaffer proposed. It was written there on page 14 of this proposal. Anyway, what else can be done? Shoot them? Lewis Schaffer proposed. Shoot them? You can't. Well, I mean, I would suggest that. But I think maybe that's a bit strong. Is that a bit strong, shooting people? Yeah, I said I was proposing. I was actually in the process of getting guns together to shoot people. Was I doing that? Am I even allowed to say that in this country? Or is somebody going to hear this and think, holy cow, the guy's actually was doing that? He said it. He said he was going to do it. He said he was. So maybe he meant it. He said it. So it's got to be true. Keeping in mind that Lewis Schaffer cannot propose anything because I am not a political figure. Okay, I don't have any guns, nor do I have any control over guns. But maybe let's keep on listening. Maybe he's right. I didn't expect people. It was like I was thinking the exact opposite. I was thinking, what do you want to do? Do you want to shoot people? Well, we can't shoot them. That's what made it a joke. If I was actually thought you could shoot people, then it would be really bad taste. But okay, let's keep on going. Okay? All right. They keep on going. So I said, what else can you do? Shoot them? I mean, I'd suggest that, but I think that's maybe a bit strong. Yes, that's where the joke part comes in, because it is a bit strong to shoot people who are disabled. Okay? In this day and age. The problem is, some people think that we, because we're on GB News, are thinking of shooting disabled people. They're thinking that. You know why they're thinking of that? Because they're killing people themselves with this assisted suicide thing, with cutting off people's electricity bills. Because, with the way they've treated COVID, that was pretty much murder. Okay? And that's why they're thinking. They're thinking they're going to do it to us. They're going to kill us. They're going to kill. No, Lewis Schaffer is not going to. I didn't even think about it. I didn't know anything about the disabled problem at all. At all. I might, I'm not disabled. Or am I? Am I? You've listened to this show. A lot of you people, Kerry, Joe, Steve, Mark, Sam. Okay? You've listened to this show for a month now. I may be mentally disabled. Okay, so there you go. So now this is what he continues by saying. I hope this is not coming across badly, and George Monbiot is a very respected person, and I have known of him for a long time. When I was fighting to stop the council from cutting down trees in Camberwell old and new cemeteries, is I knew of George Monbiot, and he probably might know us, Camberwell, Old Cemetery, Save Southwark Woods. You could call these jokes if you think killing people is funny. Yeah, killing people. You could make a joke about anything, I think. Okay, so he's basically assuming, right, that I think if a disabled person is shot dead, that's funny. Okay, maybe he could have asked me. He said, "Lewis, do you really think that it's funny?" And I would go, "Well, I would prefer you don't kill," right? And then they say, "What do you mean you prefer?" So you don't really have a strong opinion on it. No, I'm speaking like an English person. Okay, so little suggested. As much as common, I am merely hypothesizing in a slightly wistful way. This humor permits obscene ideas to seep into the range of the possible. Now, there's two things that are implied there. Yeah, could be that, but you also have to have a motive. Did I have a motive for seeping this idea in? No, I didn't have a motive for it. I was saying you couldn't do that. But what can you do? You can do something else besides giving 1/4 of the entire population money, possibly. Or maybe you just got to say, you know what, we're going to go broke. Well, maybe you just say this is just the way it's got to be. Right, producer? Okay. Or you could call these jokes, or you could call them thought experiments. Let's kill all the Jews. I think that's where that's headed. Sorry, but that's where this headed. This is headed. They said, let's kill. And you say I'm making a joke. It's very similar, actually. He's making a very good point because there's a very similar movie called The Visit by Visconti. Do any of you remember The Visit by Visconti? Okay. And where a rich lady who once lived in this very poor town, kind of like a Yugoslavian town, which all the factories had closed and all the people were starving. And she had moved out of town under slightly odd circumstances. It's called The Visit. You might want to Google it. Great movie. I saw it when I was a kid, and it really left an impact on me. And she came to town, and she said, I'm going to make you people rich. I'm going to make you people rich. Okay. And she said, but you've got to do one thing for me. And they said, what would you like us to do? He says, I would like you to put the mayor of this town on trial because the mayor R-ed me, did something bad to me, and he should be punished. And the town, who loved the beloved mayor, they elected him all those times, they loved the mayor. They said, no, we're not going to do that. How dare you ask us to kill the mayor? To kill the mayor. And the story goes from there. It goes from there. And they wound up putting the mayor on trial and put him, and whatever it is, voted, whatever they do at a trial, to put him to death. Okay. So George Monbiot continues. Very good writer. Really great. Academic researchers, maybe it's true. Maybe I shouldn't have even made that joke because it made people think about that. It definitely made the disabled community think about that, and that wasn't my plan. I didn't want them to think I'm going to come and hunt them down and kill them. I'm not a great guy, but I'm not killing anybody, or I don't want to kill anybody. Okay, so you could call these jokes, okay, whatever. Is academic researchers, can you see where I am here? Maybe I should go here. Academic researchers. Can you see what the screen is? Because this is the first time we've been on the screen. Thank you very much, producer, for putting that on there. Well, academic researchers see the use of jokes to break taboos and reduce the thresholders of hate speech as form of strategic mainstreaming, quote unquote. Far-right influencers use humor, irony, and memes to inject ideas into public life that would otherwise be unacceptable. Well, I would say everybody does that. Everybody tells jokes and stuff. That's what humans do, especially British people do. You tell jokes. You love being funny, Lucy. A study of German Telegram channels found that far-right content seriously achieved limited reach, as did non-political humor. But when far-right extremism was presented humorously, it took off. Could a case be made for left-wing humor too? Could be. I mean, not that I've never seen any left-wing humor. I mean, we could have seen it. I don't know. Are you listening to any of this, Columbus?
No,
This is the first time I've done. This is the first time I've done this.
it's working. It's fine.
Is it working? Okay. Humor, he says, offers deniability. In his article of 3 July, after floating the possibility of killing hundreds of thousands of people, Little remarked, "I'm not saying we should do this, of course. It would be horrible. It would be a horrible, psychopathic thing to do. You can," end quote. That's what Rod Little says. "You can scarcely miss the wink. Wink, 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 wink. Such speculations have anchored misogyny, homophobia, and racism for decades. Lost your sense of humor, love? Wink, 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 wink. Yeah, wink, wink. Yeah, so he's saying that Rod Little wants to actually kill people. Wink, wink. That's what he's saying. They distance the writer from intention and provide moral cover for the owners of the platform. The hedge fund hectomillionaire and evangelical Christian Paul Marshall is both the owner of The Spectator and the co-owner of GB News. Perhaps we call it wink murder. Wink, wink, wink murder. Yeah. And people believe that. They believe that, I tell them, not that I was kidding, because the point I was making was this is something we cannot do. You can't kill. When 25% of the population calls themselves disabled, you can't just kill people. Okay? Or, even if, whatever. But a case could be made. This is what the left believe. The left believe in killing people. They totally believe in killing people. Let's say you didn't get a vaccine and we need to go to the hospital immediately. We're not going to let you in because you killed grandma. Because they're obsessed with killing people. At the same time, they send them back. Don't be a winker. Yeah, don't be a winker. Well, all jokes are. I tell jokes deadpan. Thank you very much for saying that, Jedster. But okay, so new paragraph. Do you see where we are? We're over here. Can you see this? Can you see this? This is the first time I've done this. And the producer says I'm doing a good job. When people become desensitized by ironic calls for violence, the difference between a humorous position and an ideological conviction can begin to break down. Yeah. Okay, interesting. They are said by some researchers to suffer from, quote, irony poisoning. This is, I don't know, maybe I should Google what that means, irony poisoning. If, for example, people are repeatedly exposed to racial stereotypes in humorous forms, they are likely to lose perspective and start to absorb and affirm them. The results are anything but amusing. Yeah, that's interesting. Before launching his terror attack in Christchurch, New Zealand, the white supremacist Breton Tarrant announced his intention with a humorous meme on the forum 8chan. When was this attack done? Can anybody tell me what year this attack was done? This attack was done quite a few years ago, if they're quoting 8chan. The same phrase was painted on his rifle after the attack, which he murdered 51 people, only in America. Only in America, 51 people shot by a gun. It's those Americans. Far-right influencers made a joke of it, creating, among other grim amusements, the playable Roblox version of the mass shooting. I don't know what Roblox is. I don't know what that means. Right, so they're saying the guy who was about to kill 51 people, who was mentally unstable, let us say, okay, made a joke about it. And maybe he meant it. I mean, obviously he meant it. He killed 51 people. It is striking how often those who jokingly advocate dehumanization and violence appear to act on these impulses. Little accepted a police caution for allegedly assaulting his pregnant girlfriend, which he later denied. Yeah, so he's guilty. He's guilty. He's guilty. Yeah, what do you do when the police comes and gives you that? I mean, I don't know. What do you do? Jeremy Clarkson proposed that Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, should be made to parade naked through the streets of every town in Britain, while crowds chant shame and throw lumps of excrement on her. This is what Jeremy Clarkson presents. Yes. I mean, listen, that's what happens when you have a free country. And she's a celebrity, and she's not even living in the country. You could say those kind of things. A lot of people agreed. I don't agree. He said of striking public sector workers, this is what Johnny Carson said, I'd have them all shot. I would take them outside and execute them in front of their families. Okay, yeah, I don't think that that's right. But also, maybe I'm wrong. I didn't think what I said was that bad. Okay, you know, I don't believe we should fight. We should shoot public sector workers. So maybe I shouldn't have said we should do that. We should do that to whatchamacallit, to the disabled. Maybe they're right. I didn't say it with a smile on my face. I actually was frowning when I was saying it, and I said that's a bit strong, which implied it was quite strong. I said it's a little bit strong, but it is really strong. So he's right. He's right. Okay. He would take them outside and execute them in front of their families. I'll tell you something. In the kind of communist countries which George Monbiot probably supports, that's what they do. Because that's where this is heading anyway. Perhaps if strikers... Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Where are we back to? We're back to here. Okay. In real life, he launched an unprovoked assault on his producer. Yeah, he attacked his producer. Yeah. So any guy who's ever gotten into any fight is now whatever bad. So they're saying he's bad. So he's saying Jeremy Clarkson is bad and Rod Little's bad. And they're going to say that I'm bad. I'm bad because I made a girl cry. And now you know what I mean? Because my wife divorced me and she said a couple of horrible things. Basically, she didn't really, but she could have. Didn't Mother say horrible things about me? I don't think she did. Maybe she did. Anyway.
Don't say that.
Don't say that. Well, they're going to say it. She didn't. Anyway. Well, you better find it. If you do find it, you can show it to me. Perhaps if strikers had never been shot, concerts, or for that matter, Brighton, had never been bombed, disabled people had never been starved or shot, and women had never been humiliated and attacked in public places. Such excitement might be less of a problem. Yeah, but because that's happening, because bad things happen in this world. Bad things happen in this world. You know what? I'm not doing a good job, because I'm basically agreeing with the guy. Kind of. I shouldn't agree with him. But I'm going to ask you guys. I'm not looking at what you guys are saying right now. Hey, Jim Johnson, yeah. I'm saying this. The point is, and in the Judeo-Christian ethic, it's important to find out what the person who's saying this is actually thinking. Maybe ask my opinion instead of calling me a murderer or whatever. Okay? Maybe. Right? I remember reading a book called Population, what was it called? 210, 1020, 1060. I don't know. I don't remember what it was by. It was an old 1950s book. What do you call those? Film noir books. And it was a story about how this guy was so immoral that he was having. I don't think I can say it. But you have to look at what the actual person is thinking. I wasn't thinking that. The interesting thing is, now I'm thinking it. Now I am thinking it. I'm thinking, we can't have so many disabled people. We can't. I'm sorry. I didn't think that beforehand, but when I was saying it, Monbiot is a climate. Whatever. We're not going to talk about his climate thing because I believe that's murder. Climate protectionism. Okay. As Foreign Secretary, Monbiot goes on, Boris Johnson joked about UK investors turning the Libyan city of Sirte into the new Dubai. The only thing they've got to do, he says, is clear the dead bodies away, and then they'll be there. Okay? When he became prime minister, he appeared to put his dehumanizing rhetoric into action. Diary entries by the former chief scientific advisor and leader of the climate change thing, Sir Patrick Vallance, okay, claimed that Johnson endorsed the idea that COVID was nature's way of dealing with old people. Well, it was pretty much the COVID people's way of dealing with old people. Let's kill those old people, right? And that's exactly what they did. They put them into places and let them die without their family and friends. If I call them murderers, am I making a joke? Probably I'm making a joke. Probably I'm making a joke. But he did say it, so why shouldn't he say it? And maybe it is nature's way. Maybe it's God's way. Are you questioning God, people? Maybe God wanted those people done with. But instead, how were they murdered? They were murdered because they were put on ventilators. They were given vaccine after vaccine. That's how they were put in nursing homes without being allowed outside to see the sun, which is totally necessary. Why are we destroying the economy for people who will die anyway soon? Yeah, I've got children who were damaged, at least one child, damaged by this whole business, by COVID. Yeah, why are we killing those people? Just, leave it alone. But no, little baby children who did not get COVID could not play with their friends. Oh my God, I'm getting too worked up over this. I'm too worked up. Am I worked up? I'm worked up. Okay? He said no more effing lockdowns. This is what Boris Johnson said. Let the bodies pile high in their thousands. Was he doing that deliberately? I know Boris Johnson. I don't know him, but I've seen him. He said, I don't think he really meant it. But, maybe that's what we have to do. We have to, you don't run and break something when the thing you're trying to save is worth more than the thing you're breaking. Anyway, partly a result of his psychopathic levels of, how do you pronounce this? I've never used this word. Insouciance, and neglect. More than 200,000... Yeah, you see what he's doing. He's blaming 200,000 UK citizens died of the disease. It wasn't even a disease, because I don't believe in germ theory. We chortle along, then discover they mean it. Yeah, he's calling Boris Johnson a murderer. I call him... Yeah. Really, this is right. It was a terrible time. No one really knew what the best plan was. Yes, we knew what the best. Lewis Schaffer. You didn't ask Lewis Schaffer. You didn't ask Peter Hitchens. My mother was 75 years at the time, and she believed we needed a good plague to thin the herd. Yeah, that's what a lot of people believe. Kill white people. That's what it's all about. That's what they're planning on. That's what this guy, George Monbiot, looks extremely white to me. Maybe he's the one who's saying kill white people, but not him. Where did I go? What did I do with this thing here? Okay. But he's saying Boris Johnson killed 200,000. As if without Boris Johnson, there would have been 200,000 UK citizens alive. That is totally not true. Okay. Funny memes, he says, quote unquote funny, such as Pepe the Frog and Doge, while originally used innocuously, become vehicles to deny and sanitize. Yeah. In comes the Nazis. Anyone who objected was told to lighten up and get a sense of humor. Then we watch as the President of the United States adopted the frog meme, and his sidekick, Elon Musk, named his massive assault on federal spending after the Doge meme. I'm sure they both found it hilarious. Yeah, they're Nazis. Everybody's a Nazi, but you are not a Nazi. The number one rule is the first person to bring the Nazis in is a Nazi. Thank you, Zingo, for saying that. Is a Nazi. The first person to bring in Nazism is a Nazi. How am I doing? This is the first time I've done this, where I've read this, like this. But he goes on. Nevertheless, the dude persists. He can't be shut up. Dominic powers have for centuries used clowns to express their deepest and most unmentionable urges. Why are clowns used? I'll tell you why in a second. Humorous suggestions of violence reveal emboldened real desires. The likes of Little and Schaffer. I'm with Rod Little. That is amazing. That is like, I shouldn't be happy about that.
You should message Rod Little, get him on.
I'll get him on my show. I don't want
I'd
to
like to meet Rod Little.
Would you really?
Yes.
What about the
Rod
guy?
Little's writing.
Yeah, our
Our
producer says we should get Rod Little on the show because my producer likes Rod Little. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever read anything he said. But anyway, you can tell me later on what you like about him. I like that. Thank you, Columbus. I like when the producer talks to me. Are you the producer or the director?
I'm not talking.
I'm not talking. He says he's not talking. Anyway, the likes of Little and Schaffer are presented as outliers to be laughed off, or if they cause too much trouble for their bosses, lightly reprimanded.
Well, isn't that true?
Yeah.
You're always lightly reprimanded.
Well, because that's what I do for a living, is be like. And if GB News doesn't reprimand me, the audience I'm performing in front of does. Or maybe I don't get booked again. Anyway, but in some respects, they deliver a closer representation of establishment truths. Am I establishment director? Can you hear the laughter when we're discussing with a Lewis Schaffer?
They can hear. You don't need to put.
Okay. Are they the yeah. Is Lewis Schaffer? This guy is an idiot if he thinks that Lewis Schaffer represents.
They're saying that you're.
Yeah.
You're, I don't know, influencing the mainstream debate.
Or maybe I'm part of the mainstream debate. When I spend my entire time.
Rod Little is a bit. He's not mainstream, but he's like, respectable.
He's respectable. Yeah. He's a bit fat, isn't he? Fat? Is he fat?
He's a bit portly.
Somebody says I took headliners down. Yeah, I think I did take headliners down. Did I take it down? I probably did, because I expressed unhappiness with.
What's going wrong with Headliner?
It's off the air.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, but the thing is still running, isn't it?
Is Headliner still running? The director asked. No, it's off the air completely. They had This is how little the director knows. He's asking, are you still on Headliners?
No, not you, as in like the show itself.
Yes.
It's still running.
No, it is not. It is not. It's been replaced by Patrick Christie.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, dominant powers have for centuries used clowns to express their deepest, most unmentionable urge. You know why? There are clowns in this world. Because there's so much you cannot speak to the king openly. Luckily, we live in a democratic country. Oh, wait a second. We live in England and Britain. No, sorry about that. We don't live in a democratic country because people like you, George Monbiot, you think, oh, I'm a victim. I'm a little man, and you're a murderer yourself. Am I calling him a murderer? Yeah, he's into climate change. He's into that. He's into basically freezing people by making everything go up. Headliners is kaput. Yeah. So you're the leader of this thing. I'm making a case that you're the leader when people like you are pretending that there are great big powers that have way more power than you have. And the truth is, you are the dominant political force. You're Team World. You're globalist. You want to kill white people. That's too extreme. Is this bad, do you think, what I'm saying?
Just don't be, I don't know.
I don't even.
You want to kill white people. I mean, you have never read anything else that he's ever written, so.
I have. I know. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. What I'm saying is I don't know. In the same way, you're talking.
There's no need to paint your enemies all with the same brush, Like, you can use a scalpel. Just find out what this guy.
Yeah, we'll find out before I attack him. I'm not going to attack him. But he's attacking me. He's saying, I'm part of the mainstream business, right? That's what he said. Okay? That I'm actually saying something which will get people killed. He's calling Boris Johnson a murderer of 200,000 UK citizens.
Boris Johnson is a murderer, okay, of the Conservative Party.
Yes, but that's different. Yeah. Yeah, he killed the Conservative Party. Didn't I know that when it happened? Didn't I know that, Columbus? Yes, I did. He's laughing at that. Because he's like surprised. Yeah, my father knew something. I said that.
Right.
Yeah, probably right. I knew it. I said that the Tories are dead. Anyway, on Tuesday, 16 September, George Monbiot and guests as they discuss forces driving climate denialism, which I am. I'm it's at the Barbican. Maybe we should go see that. I'm a man-made climate change denialist. Would you say that that's true? That's true. I don't know. I don't know if I am. I don't know who this guy is. He's probably very nice, but he's calling other people murderers. He's calling me a bad person.
You just called him a white genocider.
I called him a white genocider. Well, he believes in climate change, and that's killing white people. They're not making the Chinese people do this stuff. They're not making the Africans do any of this stuff.
The Chinese are developing, they can't.
Yeah, developing, right. Well, whatever the reason is, he doesn't want Europe and Britain to survive. They probe our defenses. That's what I'm doing, Columbus. I'm probing their defenses.
Yeah.
I wish I could see where I am right now. Can you see? Can you see, everybody? Can you see where I am? Can you see where I am? I haven't been looking at the thing.
I think maybe Rod Liddell might be, maybe, probably, most definitely not probing the defences, but
Yeah.
you.
But he's saying me. I'm probing the defenses. You know me. How many people are watching this thing now? Do we have over 30? Do we have over 30?
That's 42.
Why not full screen? What do you mean full screen? You can press the full screen. Is it full screen?
No, they're because usually you're on full screen, I'm not on.
Not just on the corner. Because I'm reading. Who asked this question?
See you. That person is fine.
Is fine. Okay, I'm reading what's on The Guardian. Okay, which costs the most expensive for any newspaper, considering it's for the working class, which it isn't. Okay, I mean, this thing is killing me. And then someone's going to read this thing, and they're going to say, did he call him a murderer? Did Lewis Schaffer call him a murderer? I'm this. You know what I mean? It's going to be, and I'm not smart enough to be doing this. Lewis Schaffer's judge says, I'm the evil puppet master. Yes, I'm controlling everybody from right here. My hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people who are watching this, people who I know, Steve and Daddy and Dee Dee, all you people, I'm controlling you. Remember him and the girlfriend. Okay, who was that? Anyway, so I'll read the last sentence, but in some respects, they deliver a closer representation of establishment truths than any sober editorial. They probe our defenses. They soften us up for violence and misrule. Yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing that now. I actually got a misrule. I actually got a call from the powerful people saying, Lewis, we're at 41, thank you. From the powerful people saying, Lewis, soften those people up because we're going to be using violence against them. Meanwhile, they're using violence against us. Okay? And even if they're not using violence against us, they are not an anomaly. They are an embodiment. Lewis Schaffer, look at Lewis Schaffer. Take a picture of me right now in my place. Is the embodiment. It's the clowning that kills us. So this guy is against comedy. George Monbiot, okay, says that I am against comedy. I'm against having people laugh. I'm against clowning. Clowning is amazing. I support clowning. Do you guys support clowning? I support comedy. Okay? I don't support climate change, man-made climate change. I don't support COVID business. I don't support saying that Boris Johnson killed 200,000 UK citizens because I don't believe that there was anything that could have been done except banning the ventilator and banning people from going outside in the sun. I'm against it. So, but here's the thing. I'm going to do, this is an ad for George Monbiot. Go on Tuesday, the 16th of September, and join George Monbiot. I think that's the way you pronounce his name. And guests, as they discuss the forces driving climate denialism, live at the Barbican, which is an unbelievably beautiful building, okay, in London, and live streamed globally. Book tickets here at Guardian.live. Book tickets here. All right.
You could go and heckle him.
I'm not going to go and heckle him. I'm going to be in the room and say, and of course he's going to recognize me because I am the forefront of the destruction of progressivism. Of course he knows who I am. Of course he does. Maybe he does. Rod Liddell looks like a failed womble, says Lucy, who has just been shaken awake in a shop doorway. That's what Charlie Brooker says. He was funny, Charlie Brooker. And some people think you're a multimillionaire, Lewis. I am. I am so rich. I'm kidding. What, you said you were rich? That means you planted the seed in people's minds that you're rich. That's what I'm doing. Why do you think all you ladies want a little piece of Lewis Schaffer? Why? Because I said I was rich. And even when you heard it, you knew I was kidding. You knew. But that's how I get you. That's how the comedian gets you. They're the wedge into the whatever. Claire's number 2 fan, Lewis. Yes, is she number 2? She hasn't read. Listen to me. Zingo is number 1. How did Zingo become number 1? But thank you, Zingo. Thank you. Don't try to become number 1 or number 2. I know who each and every one of you are, and I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay, so I've said this. Do you people listening, all Jews are rich? Yes. Yes, all Jews. All Jews. Let's take a look at the richness. Let's take a look at the richness of this place. Can you? Don't do that. No. Sorry. Don't. Should I have cut that out? Anyway.
Why are you fucking doing that?
I didn't know that I was seeing you. Kinsey's laughing. Jim, I'm rich because this George Monbiot says it must be true. That I'm a leader of the Conservative Party, whatever he means. I'm leader of the whatever. I mean, I don't want to be the leader. I just want people to like me. That's all I want. I also want to bother people a little bit, and this makes me happy because I got into this guy's head. I got it, Leanne. We want a piece of you because you are funny, honest, and fabulous. I'm trying my best to be. I'm trying, but people say that to George Monbiot. I love you. You're funny and honest and fabulous. That's what they say to him. You know, he's funny, honest, and fabulous. Yeah, they say this about people. Do you mean at the beginning of COVID? What did I say that Adam Hudson said? What did Adam Hudson say? Anyway, yeah, Lewis Schaffer controls the banks. I control the banks. Basically, I do. I control the banks. Full screen. I control the banks. That was. I enjoyed saying that. Do I think the guy's a murderer, George Monbiot? People are dying from this climate change craziness, right? Do I think Boris Johnson killed people? A bit by not being honest with people. Did people die unnecessarily because of the COVID thing? Were they killed inside? When I see one of my children, not the director, when he was like so depressed for those years, was he that way, director?
Don't say that.
Don't say that, but he's great.
It's too personal.
It is too personal, right? Monbiot is right that humor is something used to promote certain ideas with plausible deniability, but he's applying the idea too broadly. I have to agree. That's what all jokes are. I mean, my joke, I didn't mean to say we should kill those people. We should kill people. But you can't have 25% of your population collecting disability from people like you who are making money. Or me, I'm not making money. I'm on TV tonight. I'm going to ask for more money I need more money. My kids were too, Lewis, disgusting what they did to them. Yeah, it did horrible things to children. Horrible things to children. And you could say they meant well, but no, they're on that team. All those people, all the guys who were head of the COVID things. COVID, yeah. Here goes Lewis. It's screaming. It's screaming. I was there, and I was not vaccinated, and I didn't put on a mask. I knew it was a lie even then. I'm not a great guy, but there are certain things I know. And you know what? I'm a libertarian. I don't think the government should be paying for anything. They shouldn't be paying for the BBC. It shouldn't be paying. How much money did we give the Guardian during the COVID thing to stay in business? It's not our business, and we shouldn't shut down any businesses. Okay. And chemtrails too. This is what Kerry Mack says. I'm not sure about chemtrails. Look at how tan I am. I look all right. Do I look thin? Here's the thing. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I hope I haven't. Have I been mean? I don't want to be mean. This is why I can't be a big political leader, because I don't hate this guy. I don't hate him, even though he's telling people that I'm a killer and I'm supporting the deep state, and I'm not. I'm way beyond the deep state. I'm saying we don't need a state. We don't need a state. We need independence and freedom. Where are we headed right now? We're heading towards the police state. I'm afraid someone's knocking on my door. Okay? They're jealous of my popularity. I love the lockdown, Lewis. It gave me an excuse to lay in bed all day. But I'm no longer rich. Chris King? That's exactly me. I actually enjoyed it. Because for once in my life, I didn't have to do anything. Because my entire life, I've always thought I needed to work. But there are so many people who are collecting things from the government who feel, I have whatever it is. And some of them maybe should get money from the government. But a lot of them are losers, and they're coming after me. Okay, Dee Dee says, producer, come on camera. We know you must. We are beckoning you. No, he doesn't want to come on. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. Carrie hated the lockdown. I liked the lockdown for a little bit. I liked it. Because I had a house. My girlfriend was here. I actually had a girlfriend. I know you think Lewis Schaffer can't have a girlfriend and she disagrees with me completely. I saw her today. It was my ex-girlfriend. I saw her today in the street, and she's like so against everything that I believe in. Everything that I believe in. Yeah, what can I do? What can I do? I'm looking for a girl who agrees with me. I never wore a mask, says Claire C. I went out every day and never stood on circles in Tesco so as not to get the flu. Do you know what, Claire? Same as me. You know what I used to go in, because we had Asda right down the road here. I used to go into every shop I used to go into, and they'd say, where's your mask? And I would go like that. And they go, oh, okay. Okay. Because they knew it was bull. They knew they were told to do this. They said, here's some old guy who's making weird hand gestures. Okay? You enjoyed it because it gave you something to bellyache about. Yes, that is true. That is true. Because I've always had question marks about everything. But COVID made me realize they're all liars. They're every single COVID person who believes in that. Maybe they're not liars. Maybe just they believe in it. But yeah. I'm bellyaching now. They've started wearing masks again in the hospital here. Where is the hospital again, Kerry? Yeah, let them wear it, because they become stupid because it lowers the amount of oxygen in their brain. Pete Transport says, I never wore a mask. I'm not that stupid. Exactly. But you got a million people, and especially with women. I got the mirror right there. I look actually all right. Do I look all right here? I never wore a mask. I'm not that stupid. But on the Wirral, love the Wirral. I've been there many times. I did gig in Runcorn. Fabulous. Okay, but here's the point. The point that I'm making is that we live in a police state, and they're telling you have to wear it. What happens if I don't wear a mask? Ooh. 2 weeks to show the spread turned into not to slow the spread, right? Turned into 2 years. Exactly. Big finger out to these people. Big finger. Big finger out to these people. I was in the hospital for a few days in 2021. I was the only person not wearing a face mask. Yeah, go. But you know what? Even if you wore a face mask, and now if you say, you know what, I wore a face mask, I wish I had. It's good. You can't. It's good that you didn't wear a face mask. It's good if you say, you know what, they fooled me. Never again. They fooled me. I'm sitting outside applauding the NHS. I'm new to the country. I'm thinking, wow, let's applaud the NHS. They're working voluntarily. They're not getting paid to work in the hospital. That's great people, not getting paid. And then they said to me, no, the NHS is they're all getting paid. They're all getting paid. That's when you have to reevaluate it. You got to evaluate it. Someone at work, this is what Alan Hudson says, someone at work was discussing about a new variant. She also drives an electric car. So there you go. Yeah, they're all in the same team. They drive electric. They all believe in one state, open immigration. They all believe people are good, even the ones who are robbing you or killing you or whatever, taking your kids' jobs. This is what they believe. This is what they believe. Class C, according. My wife and daughter did not wear them. We had a bit of trouble from some, yeah. My kids, were you living here? My son was at uni for the first. One was at uni, and the other one was here. I was surrounded by hundreds of thousands on the anti-lockdown marches. I never even got a cough. Exactly, because germ theory is a lie. There's no such thing as a germ, a little part of an RNA that's going to go into your system. One little bit that you pick up from you're walking in the park, whatever. And next thing you know, your whole body is inflamed by this. That is complete. And when they searched for COVID, they had to do this whatever that test, hundreds and hundreds of times just to find something. Kerry's laughing at Chris King. Yeah, this is so important. Their team wants us afraid. It's one of those things they want. They want us to believe in little germs. They want us to believe that science, they want in the science, in the scientist. I'm smarter than you. You're stupider than I am. You're stupider than I am. Chris King says, I wore a mask, sadly, but only when I was shoplifting. I read that and I laughed. And then I think to myself, is Chris King a shoplifter? Is shoplifting okay? Do you believe that it's okay, Chris King? How could you print that? Someone's reading that here and is going to go shoplift wearing a mask. That's not right. Jim Johns, Team World. Yeah, the globalists. The globalists. Let's name 3 globalists. Starmer, Macron, and the King. I'm not from Runcorn. I said I'm from the Wirral. Okay, I didn't say you were from Runcorn. But, is the Runcorn not in the Wirral? Is that not in the Wirral? I thought it is. I've been on the other side along the water where you could look around and see the entrance to Liverpool. Of course, on a leg issue, what the hell's going on type mission? What does that mean, Joe? Hot. We laughed at progressivism because it's innately funny. It is innately funny because you can see they're lies. They're liars. And they I'm calling them liars. Have you ever heard of Numbrian village called Stocksfield? That's where I dwell. Northumbrian village. No, I don't know. I never heard of it. I've been to Northumbria. I've been all over the country. New Brighton. Yes, I've been to New Brighton. That's it. I did a gig in New Brighton too, right by the water there. Yes, thank you, Kerry. Hey, everybody. Lucy Ann is here. That's my old friend, Lucy. Okay, Lucy Ann, welcome here. Well, I guess the other Lucy has to stop being online, basically. You came late because you missed my tirade. The Floral Pavilion, yeah, some beautiful places in Britain. How long will they last? It's like when they tore down all of the monasteries, all those buildings torn down. I love old buildings. I'd rather have the buildings than different people. No, that's not true. Hey, Luce, love you, girl. That's what Claire says. Hey, Lucy Ann, says Alan Williams. Hey, it's a new Lucy. Lucy, you better step in here and say, hey, I don't like this girl. I'm the Lucy here. Lucy. So how many viewers do we have? 50 viewers? Do we have 45 viewers? That's really good. I want to thank you all, people, for listening to me. Thank you, people. I hope George Monbiot listens and doesn't hate me. I'll have to rewind. Yeah, you will listen to it later. Listen to it while I'm on the way to the TV show. Maybe they'll say to me, Lewis, you can't say what you're saying. Not. They never. It's funny because I've been told you're just saying that because you've been told to say that. Like that could ever work. I'm the OG, ma'am. That's what Lucy Ann says. She's a woman. She's a pretty woman. We're here because you are great, Lewis. Thank you, Claire. I'm always getting a nice word from Claire. I really appreciate it so much. We got 45 people, so a round of applause for all you people. Okay, I'm going to just look at the camera. Hold on, I'm here. I'm just going to take a pause. Yeah, thank you, Lucy. Let's fight it out. This chat ain't big enough for both of us. This is what Lucy says. Lucy says, no, only 2 Lucys. Only 21 likes. This is also 21 likes. Has anybody not friended, not subscribed to Lewis Schaffer? Not subscribed. Okay? Fair play to you, Lewis, for speaking out about the newspaper article. Yeah, this is just here. We're going to get 500 people watching this. Maybe I'll cut it up. Did I sound coherent? I don't think I sounded coherent. Can I ask you, Mr. Producer, did I sound coherent enough to cut this up and to put this out there?
You could, but it would take a long time for you to do.
Why? Just not cut it up. I mean, just cut the... How long was it? 30 minutes?
Well, you could, yeah, but it might have been longer than 30 minutes.
Monboy, I could do. You think it was all right? Well, maybe we should listen to it. I'm always afraid. I don't want to cause trouble. I don't, and I think, because I didn't have anything scripted, but I'm thinking to myself, will GB News ask you about the article? Probably not. Will they ask me about it? I'll talk about it. I'll say I just got in the thing. This is what they said. They might think that they're actually doing the news. Like the news is so important. Blood test next week and scan, so we'll let you know. This is what Joe says. Ignore the medical stuff, too boring and being upbeat. Yeah, you're lying to yourself, Joe. Don't lie to yourself. You're getting a blood test. You should send the blood test to me, and I'll tell you what you need to do. It's like, look at how great I look. I'm 68 years old. Can you see that? I don't look that great. Do I look great? I didn't shave today. I'm a bit sweaty. I've got good color, right? I've got good color. Cut back on the carbs. You missed the newspaper prices. Okay, you can check it out yourself. Editing is a great pen. Well, edited. I had a little note that said all writing is just editing. Basically, you write something unless. Who is Mumbot? Rick O'Shea says. So pleased that you're on Patrick. Late show tonight. I'm pleased too. Thank you, Susan. Susan and I, the other day, we agreed on 3 things. That was like amazing. And look at Claire. Claire says she never obeyed the Tesco rules or wore a mask. So right on to you, Claire. The truth is, if you say to me, you know what, Lewis, I believe those people. I don't know what I was thinking, but I believed them. And you were right. Yes, I would go, yeah, we're best friends. Okay. Best friends. Is the producer properly promoting the show? He's not the producer. He's the director. He's got his own problems. And doing necessary PR and social media. We don't say his name. We need to start doing his... That's not his job. That's not his job. The only thing I want him to do is to tell me, Daddy. He doesn't call me Daddy, but ever call me Daddy? No. Dad. He calls me Dad. I've never been called Dad, but Dad. That's a bit extreme. Someone's going to read that. Maybe you should say, allegedly, whatever it is you need to say. Thank God you're on tonight. Yeah. Thank God I'm on it. I don't even know what. I think basically they spoke to, I don't know what the story is. Patrick is going to need tenor for men tonight. No, because I'm going to be, I'm not going to, you've seen me before. I assume you all know what I'm talking about. Imagine editing Lewis. That's what Lucy says. Yeah, but you know who did edit Lucy? The other Lucy Ann. She edited me, came up with some really funny things. And then she stopped and I cried. I should have been more in touch with Lucy, but you know how women are. They need love and attention, and I can't give girls love and attention. Could I give you love and attention? I can't. I wonder if GB News would be doing better, not for the dreaded Ofcom. Yeah, of course it would be doing better, because we wouldn't have this quote-unquote balance thing. We'd be allowed to scream out what is happening in our minds. Maybe we're wrong, and we could see. And if there were no BBC, hi, Lewis, this is what Grant Peacock says. I'm watching your show on the TV with my dog called Albert, thank you. And we are loving the show tonight, Lewis. I'll make sure to record your show later on GB News. Yeah, that'd be nice. Thanks for all the great shows. Thank you, Grant Peacock. Is that really your name? What a great, strong English name that is. Sounds like a TV name in America when they had to name a character, Grant Peacock. Okay. And Leanne will be getting her. Tiana is the that's the whatchamacall. It's the I'm gonna have to take a break. Can I take a break for a minute? I'm gonna take a break for a minute. I'm gonna leave the sound on.
Just mute it. Turn the knob to 0.
Turn the knob to 0. I'm gonna mute this a bit. Okay.
No, not a bit. Either muted or not.
Is it muted? Can you hear me? Can you hear me coming out of the ears? Can you hear me? No.
They can hear you.
They can hear me. Okay. I'm just gonna go get some more water. Because that was my problem. Thank you, Columbus, for listening to me. I'm like
It's not muted.
It's not. Well, we'll talk about that. You want something? Okay, I'm coming back in. Look at how thin I am, everybody. I'm back. Look at how thin. I'll turn the sound up. Look at how thin I am. Can you see that? Can you see that? I mean, it's not perfect yet. We're still losing. It's not perfect. Can you see this? Can you see how thin Lewis Schaffer is? And then we'll have ripples here. Who knows what we'll have? Who knows what we'll have? But I'm not allowed to take my shirt. I'm not allowed to take my shirt off. Get your blood pressure done. I did a blood pressure done. I did it. We can talk about the blood pressure. Can we talk about the blood pressure? Should I do it right now? My blood pressure's not going to be that high. Some Lewis Schaffer topless. You don't want to see this, Kerry. All right, so you don't have to see it. GB News should go full babe station at midnight for a few hours using the GB News honeys. Yeah, they're beautiful girls, and they're smart, too, a lot of them. I mean, at least on the channel. At least on the channel. Okay. It was said last night, but it's true. Too many Lucys make the whole thing crazy. Where is the other Lucy? Is she okay? Wasn't she going to change her name to Mungo? Mungo. No, I think that's Lucy Ann. We need our blood pressure done after seeing Lewis Schaffer with his shirt off. I wish it was so. I wish it was so. I don't have that good a body. I'm not muscly. I should be. You know what I've got here? Look what I've got. I could do this. I could do Lewis Schaffer exercising on the air. Keto works great. Jim Johnson says it, and it is true. Lewis six-pack. Yeah, Lewis Schaffer. I want to be skinny. I like skinny girls. I'm sorry. I like skinny girls. Don't be fat. Don't be fat. If you want to go out with Lewis Schaffer, just be super skinny. It's healthy. Skinny is good for cancer. Okay? Skinny is good for cancer. Where do I stand on Ozempic? Is it more poison? Yeah, it's probably poison. They don't even know how it works, but it does. It basically tells you you're hungry. So, do I support Ozempic? I think I got friends of mine who are on it, and Manjaro and all stuff like that. Mungo Santa Maria in Blazing Saddles. Jim Johnson, great film, great film by what's his name? A Jew. Great film. Lucy, I'm down 1 pound and a quarter today, Lewis. That's brilliant. 1 pound is basically down half a kilo. Yeah. Where do I baked beans? What does baked beans mean? Oh, with the farting. That's right. But Ozempic, yeah, we need to learn about food. They don't want us to know about food. When I found out that everything they've told us about food is a lie, same thing with COVID and climate change, it's all lies. And once you know it's a lie, you have a hard time eating it. You think to yourself, oh, it's only a slice of pizza, but you got to find out, you know what? No, it's the grain is bad for you. It's not even what they put on it. Okay? I don't support Ozempic, says Susan Stevenson. Eat less and move more. Simple. Yeah, don't even move that much. I love Susan Stevenson. I do. Can you send me a picture? Anyway, can I take you on a date when I've lost enough weight then? To go on a date? Yeah. Here's the thing, girls, ladies, women. You lose weight and you are thin. I will go on a date with you. Whether we can have sex or not is something else. But am I allowed to do that? Okay, yeah. I will go out on a date with you, and you want to know something? I won't take it for granted. I know how so hard it is to be thin. Isn't it hard, Lewis? You can't be doing that in a group full of middle-aged, sexually frustrated women. I do include myself in that. I can. And if I believe that, I shouldn't be telling you this but I do believe that if you convince me you're not going to go mental if we have sex, I will have sex for you. Yeah, I could see that could be included into this thing. Lewis Schaffer is offers. I'm just saying, that's the problem with the world right now. Team World lied to us. They said, oh, work is just as important as having kids. And then you wake up one day, it's a miracle that I have kids. Okay? It's a miracle. But there are lots of women now who have too much time in their hands, who don't have a boyfriend because they dumped their boyfriend or their boyfriend was convinced that who needs this craziness. And they need love and attention. And if you're thin, I will give you love and attention. Yes, and you'll live longer, and you'll be happier. You'd be happy. You call me up. You say, Lewis, come over. I mean, I can't have sex with you all the time. That's my problem. I can't have sex with you all the time, but I might. Who knows? Am I being horrible here, Columbus? I mean, director. Anyway,
No, I'm not listening.
he's not listening. He's not listening. Just what? Just keep on going?
No, just don't. It's just...
I'm not supposed to do this. It's creepy. Am I creepy? Lewis, I know that dumbbell is made of polystyrene. Yeah, maybe it's got a little polystyrene here. No, it weighs, it says it weighs. It's called York, and it says it weighs 5 kilograms. Greg Wallace, hard done to or a wrongin'. Probably both. We all are. You know, he's making jokes. Who knows? I don't know. You don't know. You can't believe people. You can't say, oh, a woman said that. It's true. You can't say that. You can't say that. You know, people want to go. They see this guy. He's super rich, and he's walking in, and he's so happy because he's rich. He's rich, but he might be a wrong'un. Lucy says he's a wrong'un. Okay, yeah. Have you read the article, Joodles? Did Joodles just come in? Hi, Joodles. Did you read the article? Let me see where would I post the article? I got to figure out where I post the article. Well, I need a glass of water. The biggest thing that we have learned here, that if I don't get enough water, I get a bit woozy. There was a Lewis Schaffer nip slip early. He's probably going to have to delete this stream. Oh, what? Because what is a nip slip? What is a nip slip? We can get it on Google. Just Google Lewis Schaffer. Lewis Schaffer and George Monbiot and Guardian. I mean, I'd like to see. Let me see how many people are actually how many people were watching it. Oh, it doesn't really say. It doesn't really say how many people were watching it. That's what he looks like. Look what he looks like with that plaid shirt and the eyeglasses. What a scam. Eyeglasses. Scam, scam, scam. I used to wear eyeglasses every single day for 40 years. And then mine broke, but I had read some stuff about eyeglasses. I didn't. I just lifted my 48. I just lifted my shirt up. Some people think it's effort. Too much effort, laugh out loud, for me to get naked. I don't know. How many of the women here are losing weight? That's what if I could change one thing, I would say to you, a couple of things. I would say, have a baby if you can. If you don't have a baby, then, fall in love with Lewis Schaffer. No, I don't know whether that's as good as that. Don't question everything. That's what I do. Are you losing weight, Leanne? Okay, good. How are you doing? How much do you need to lose? Let's see I can't even see what you look like. Let me see what you look like in the picture here. Can I see what you look like? I can't see what the picture is. For the picture. Anyway, so, all right, now this is where we're having a little lull in the whole thing. A little lull. We're having a lull. We're not going to have a lull. Are we going to have a lull? Greg, not Lewis. Okay. I mean, what did Greg do that was so wrong? He told I don't know, what did he do that was so wrong? You're losing 11 pounds and I look like I do in the pic. Well, a round of applause for Leanne. At least she admits it. At least she knows it. Okay? So that is what you need to do. At least you know it. Because men love skinny women. Women love tall men, but we can't do anything much about being tall. You like us to be well-dressed, do you not? Let's be well-dressed. Nick Dixon said, you're probably just not able to read anything, but too stubborn to go back to wearing glasses. That's not true. That's not true. And I do read stuff, but I don't. My attention span is not that great. Number one, I don't have a good attention span. I don't have it. If you don't have a baby, what are you doing Friday? Is that from a song? Could that be a song, Chris King? Who's on the bloody steroids? Don't be on bloody steroids. Do not be on bloody steroids. Okay, so let's make this the weight loss part of the show. The weight loss part of the show, which is how do we lose weight? What do we do to lose weight? Club, as a group, everyone say at the exact same time, what's the number one thing we can do to lose weight? No carbs. Low carbs. Let's put that down. Is low carbs. What else can we do? High animal fat. High animal fat. That's what we do. Let's say it aloud. No, low carbs. Say not even no carbs, low carbs. Low carbs. Are we saying this? Last time I wore glasses, I looked like your older photo you had there yesterday, a 40-year-old Lewis. Yeah. Now I don't wear them. I stopped wearing them about 10, 12 years ago. Have a leg amputated. Well, that's a way to lose weight, but that's not fat. Eat. Would you stop that, Kinsey? You did that yesterday. You did that the day before. We're not going to. I had tiramisu, but I knew I'm not a hypocrite because I knew it was wrong. I knew it was wrong. That's the difference. I'm not a hypocrite. At least I don't think I'm a hypocrite. So you eat high animal food. High animal food. Are you eating high animal food? Number 2. Number 3 is you've got to write down what you've eaten. You got to know. You've got to know low carbs and low sugar. Yes, low carbs, number 1, and low sugar. What you've eaten. Because food has so many calories in it. You can eat anything. I'm having ribs for tea. You mean you're having ribs for dinner? Yeah, that sounds amazing. What kind of ribs? I love ribs. You know, ribs used to be poor people's food back in the day. It was food for poor people because it was part of the animal. It didn't have enough meat. Archie, that's 78 grams. How much, I can't even discuss it because it was wrong. It was wrong. It was wrong. I'm you know who's helping me be off of this thing? Is Claire, because she's 50, whatever it is. But I'm an alcoholic, so I'm in deep papa. What does deep papa mean? Deep papa. Ever been egg bound, Lewis? Yeah, I was egg bound yesterday. I don't think I pooed for 3 days, and I pooed today. You know, you don't need to poo every single day. The reason you don't need to poo is because you only poo stuff that shouldn't belong, and you're sick. Lucy, this is like we're not. Do you see what they're doing, Columbus director? Yeah. Yeah. It's very easy to eat bad food, and even very easy. You have to know it's bad first thought, and the second thing if you are eating it, you've got to have such control to say, no, I'm not going to have it. It's like being an alcoholic. And I had 3 Pims. Okay, I had 3 Pims. That was 150 calories each. It was like all sugar. Yeah, it was bad. I was at a party. Yeah, I'm making excuses. But I shouldn't have had it. I got 2 kilograms of bone in goat for a curry. Yeah, goat is amazing. And lamb is like they call that land salmon, they call that. Yeah, it's a hell of a battle, but each day you're winning. Yeah, I've had 4 or 5 days where I've been under 80, under 80 kilograms. It's Pims at luck. Why is Pims taste so good? Because it's got fruit juice in it. It's got juice in it. It has pieces of fruit in it, and it's got sugar in it. I've been following my wife, and it's alcoholic, which is addictive. I've been following my wife's Slimming World diet and lost 3 stone. Okay, wait. 3 stone in 9 months. Don't know if it's bad food, but it's working. Yeah, I'll tell you what it is. It probably is. Slimming World is bad. It's really bad. From what I know. I'm not saying it's bad. I don't know. Tuna steak's any good? It's better. Tuna steak's probably better than chicken. But it's not what I eat. Rick. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's pretty good. It's got low. It doesn't have a lot of fat in it. Tuna steaks. I used to eat tuna in a can, and I used to put all this mayonnaise. Do you remember that, director? All the mayonnaise I used to put in there. I loved mayonnaise, but mayonnaise is not good for you. It's not good for you unless it was made from actual beef fat. I don't know. It's a rich drink, that Pims. What do you mean by rich, Kinsey? What do you mean by rich? Swordfish steaks are better. Yeah, probably. I mean, you hate to kill a swordfish because they're so beautiful, such beautiful animals. Slimming World is probably poisoning you to emaciation, in my opinion only, not the view of Channel Lewis. That's what Galactus says. I mean, a friend of mine is telling me they were that Connolly woman. Who is that woman from back in the day? And what they were suggesting, I mean, it was cut back the calories, which is good, but you need protein. You need beef, animal protein. Duck is better than chicken for healthy eating. Is that a question? I think it is, but it's how the duck is eating. If the duck is eating corn grain, Rosemary Connolly. That's right. And then I hear it, and then you get some kind of disease, say, and that's where it comes from. It comes from eating high carb food. So what are the things we have to do? We got to be low carbs. We got to eat animals. We got to write down everything we've eaten. Okay, and then we've got to cut down on the calories. But if we eat enough meat, you won't be hungry at the end of the day, because a lot of being hungry, if you sit there eating potatoes, you're getting like 3%. Tin mackerel will get your omega-3s cheaply. Yes, it will. Yeah, I think it's really good, but you got to be careful because a lot of fish is very high in mercury and stuff like that. But Lucy knows what she's talking about. And she lost 1.25 pounds yesterday, and she started off so beautiful, and she's becoming more beautiful every day. It wouldn't bother me what the duck had eaten if it came with pancakes and hoisin sauce. Yeah, I mean, that stuff is amazing. But I mean, the pancakes, too much carbs. A healthy mind is also good for dieting. When your head is in the shed, it's more difficult to be disciplined. Yes, that's true, but it's also important to learn what you should be disciplined about. Yeah, Steve Cuff, thank you for saying that. But am I right about that? You got to know that most food is addictive. Carbs are the most addictive. You're saying, Lewis, I don't eat any carbs. Whatever it is, I don't eat white sugar. Carbs are white starchy food. Bread. What is it? It's bread. It's potatoes. It's sweet potatoes. It's that stuff. That's a carb. Carbs are all different kinds of sugars. But if I say to you, don't eat sugar, you say, I didn't put any sugar in this. I didn't put a teaspoon of sugar in it. And yeah, you didn't, but it had sugar to begin with. Potatoes have sugar to begin with. This person says, Lewis, you're amazing. I adore you. I adore you. I love that. I love that. That's what I like. Okay, so I can we talk about my blood pressure? Do you take any medication and or supplements at all? Well, about 10 days ago, I started to take high blood pressure medication, losartan, because my blood pressure is high, and people are telling me I'm going to die, and that's what's very hard for us as a group. We're being told, no, you can't eat meat. You're going to get a heart attack. Oh, you've got high cholesterol. You're going to get a stroke. Whatever it is, whatever it is they say. They telling us. My old Dutch used to do amazing Dutch pancakes. Okay, says Galactus. So I'm answering Rick's question, which is, I used to take high blood pressure pills because I used to listen to doctors. I don't listen to them anymore. I'm not out in the street applauding them. Some of them are good. Most of them mean well, but they're telling us not true. They're not telling, that not true. So I stopped taking the blood pressure pills, and my blood pressure went up, right? But my heart rate went down. And now I've started, this is my, can you see, I don't know if you can see this. Can you see that? I don't think you can. It says basically my systolic, which is the first number in the blood pressure, which is 176 over 106. I say, Lewis, you're going to die. You're going to die. So I take these pills, and my heart rate was about 47 beats a minute. 47. It was so low that I had to get tested for bradycardia. My doctor tested me. I've had some lovely, lovely doctors. They were wrong, but lovely Lovely. I was so in love with her. I wasn't so in love. I was married, and then I got divorced. And she had whatever. But so about 10 days ago, I started to take the pill, which is called losartan, and I'm taking 100. And my heart rate now, my pulse is 68 beats a minute, which is 40. It used to be, let's say it used to be 47. Now it's 68. It's gone up about 50%. Yeah, they switch your meds for no reason besides financial incentives for them. I don't know about the financial incentives. A lot of them, they believe in it. They believe in it so much the financial incentives are so deep in the NHS and in the medical establishment. They're probably not even thinking about about that. Okay? Wow, you're ultra relaxed, Lewis. What is 47 beats a minute is, they should, but what, they want me to get a heart attack? Because hearts have just so many beats in them. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, but why should I have my heart beat more than it's beating right now? Today, I have had lots of meat and eggs, no bread. This is Pete's Transport. He's on the Lewis Schaffer meat team. Well, or I'm on his team. No bread. I did have some melon, spelled with 2 L's. It should be spelled with 1 L, but all right. And a bit of whitebait. I love whitebait. I've eaten whitebait. I had whitebait in that valley over there, in the valley on a weekend break to the middle of. I hope we can still go to those places. Then I had sausages and bacon and eggs for dinner. A round of applause for you. That's really good. Can I tell you what I had, Pete? Now you got to listen to me. Carter haddock, Leanne. That's what you're saying to Mark. What I had today, I woke up early because I had to get my blood checked, but then the appointment didn't stick because I have renal failure, which I had 18 years ago. No, we're 2025, 15 years ago. So I have to watch my renal. Renal means kidney. My kidney was low. Well, anyway, so I came home and I ate about 2 o'clock, 1:32. I had 5 runny eggs. Okay, but they weren't super, super runny. Sometimes I know I'm saying always eat raw food. I'm trying to eat raw food. And I had about 30 grams of bacon. And I had about 50 grams of red raw beef. Okay, so that's what I had. Then I had a coffee. If you want to talk like Lewis Schaffer, you say coffee, C-A-U, coffee, or C-A-W, coffee. And I had a cup of coffee with 45 grams of double cream. Which the director got from me, which I appreciated very much. I think I said thank you, Tim. Yeah. Leanne, not much choice, to be fair. Can we put some punctuations in there? Can you copy it? Not much choice, period. To be fair, comma, what I could stomach, it's all done in the fryer, so not my best friend. Yeah, don't eat that. You want to lose weight, don't. Coffee, the breakfast of champions. I'm not sure coffee is good for you. Do you think it is, Non-Stick Nick? Leanne, no punctuation. You need punctuation. Laugh out loud. That's what you need. Number 1. You're going to lose I'm going to ask you again how much you need to lose because I can't tell. But this is what you need to lose. Being slender is the best thing you can do. Super, super slender. Don't get bored. Don't you get bored with the same food. You're not supposed to have a great food experience. It's like saying, I can't sleep with my husband all the time because I get bored. I have to sleep with strange men. Yeah, it's boring sometimes to sleep with the same guy. But that's just the way it is. Pete's Transport got his book, The Big Fat. Yeah, it looks interesting, doesn't it? Anyway, yeah, you get a bit bored. But you should only eat when you're hungry, and then you're not bored. The problem is, you only eat interesting food when you're not hungry, and that's how you get fat. Lots of antioxidant in coffee. Why do we need any antioxidant at all? We don't need antioxidation. That's complete. Whenever I see that, I don't believe that. We don't need that or fiber. It might not be good for you, coffee. 11 pounds, probably a stone now after eating the fish. And also weigh yourself every morning. That's another thing you can do. You got to weigh yourself every morning. Weigh every morning, and in an accurate scale. Weigh every morning. That's very important. Do you agree with me, anybody? I've had the same food every day and it tastes great. So I have to agree with Lewis here. Yeah. And if you eat meat, you can taste the life going into you. You can taste your estrogen level going up. Today you're a naughty girl, but tomorrow you won't be. Tomorrow you're going to be brilliant. You're going to keep on losing weight. Look at how Lucy lost 1.25 pounds. She gained weight the other day. Look at me. I gained 300 grams, but then I hadn't made a poo in 3 days. So you can go up and you go down. In Southern Europe, coffee is essential. Coffee is essential. I don't know if it's essential, but it may not be bad for you. I usually filter tea. Yeah, carefully, Leanne, or your cheeks will end up hurting. Okay, I don't know. You can do it, Leanne. Let's give Leanne some support. It's only 11 pounds, which is 5 kilograms. That's what I'm trying to lose. We are with you. I'm with everybody here. I want all you women. So when I see you and you say, Lewis, I know I want to apologize to you, Lewis. I know I said I wanted to do you, but I can't do you. I can't do you. But I go, Leanne, you lost 11 pounds to be with me. You lost 11 pounds. You promised. She says, I'm sorry, Lewis, I can't. All right, I can't. I accept that. I like how you're concerned with Leanne's cheeks, Galactus. Alan Williams says, I haven't had a single biscuit all year and don't miss them. That's worthy of a round of applause because biscuits are addictive. They've got salt in it. They've got sugar in it. They've got crushed grain juices in it. And you haven't had one. Has anybody ever only had one biscuit? No. You look at it and say, oh, it's only 80 calories. You know, it's only 15, 20 grams of, that's what we think. But you shouldn't. Coffee only bad if you drink it too often. A day, caffeine intake. Yeah, maybe you're right. What do you say? Should we have like a vote on the thing? Should we have a vote? Maybe we shouldn't have a vote. Hold on a second. How are we doing here? How are we doing? Things are happening good in America, I hope. I hope they're happening good in America. What do you think? Well, whatever. 48 people watching. That's great. That's great. We're moving back up again. We're moving back up. We're not going to have a super long thing today because I've got to head over to the studio. I got to head to the studio. Right? I got to head to the studio. Studio. I drink it all the time, but it's decaf. Well, they say things are bad in decaf, Leanne. Decaf's even worse. I drink tea after midday. Do any of you filter tea? Because that's what I started to do. Now I drink decaf. I think caffeine might not be a problem, but caffeine is, every time you eat plants, you got to remember that the plant puts stuff in it like caffeine to act as a deterrent for insects, to drive insects crazy. Okay. Coffee only bad if you drink it all day. That's what Mark J says. I think I've got a lot of empathy with the cheeks of, I don't even know I missed it. I have. What are you saying, Lucy? What are you saying it? So maybe we'll make a decision about the coffee. I have one big cup of coffee. I mean, not one big coffee. It's about 10 grams, or 7 grams. I was really ill coming off of it for 3 months. It was an awful experience. Yeah, coffee is really hard to get off. I'm probably addicted to it now because I want to be alert for you guys, and and the problem is that what is the problem? I lost what the problem is. Is that you want to feel alive? No, says Mark J. Biscuits can smash. You can smash a whole packet. Who are you? I'm on with that leftist guy, Matthew Laza, who's funny. I like him, but I don't know if I'm on with what's her name. Hi, Lewis. My mom Sarah's watching too. Hey, Grant Peacock. Hey, Sarah. I was wondering what time you will be on GB News tonight. 11 o'clock. I'll be on at 11 o'clock. What did I do with this thing? I'll be on at 11. Coffee is protective of the brain and liver. Could be. But it could also be the coffee. People who drink coffee, Lucy, are people with a lot more energy. They're running around and they're not as diabetic. Maybe that has something to do with it. They're less diabetic because they're running around. And they're skinnier. Fat people, most fat people are not guzzling coffee. Better than using Tenic, Kinsey. This is what Steve Cuff says. Well, we could talk about diapers for anybody. I train my kids not to wear diapers. I don't agree with Lazar, but I thought it was a good interaction the other week. Yeah, he's good for an argument. He's also laughing and having a good time. Yeah, Matthew Lazar. No, he's all right. Most people are all right. Did I say something that bad about George Monbiot? Did I say, I hope I didn't. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, so coffee is protective of the brain and the liver. Against what? Against Alzheimer's? What is it, Lucy? Talk to me, Lucy. I don't agree with... Okay, that's what you say. So Mark agrees. But we could talk about that. Lazar's quite nice for a lefty. And I was making fun of the way he looked, and he laughed. Will Matthew dress like a 1970s porn star again? That's what I said. I forgot that I said that to him. He does. He looks like a 1970s porn star. And I said, I don't know if you heard it, I said, I look like a more modern porn star. But he laughed. That's why he's a good guy. Matthew Lazar is one nose away from a complete comedy face. Yeah, he's got a mustache. Yeah. But that's only in Britain. Do I have a comedy face? I hope I don't. I once drank 12 mugs of coffee on a summer's day. I got dizzy and sick. I was too thirsty that day, and coffee was all I drank. When I drank less, I was fine, yeah. 12 cups can't be good for you. I think there's proof that 12 cups are not good, but you don't know. I mean, I was once traveled. Yeah, I have done that. Hey, Keith Bexley's here. Hey, Keith. I think it's to distract from the hair what the mustache is. Is that what you're saying? Keith Bexley. Nice guy. Who is a nice guy? Matthew Lazar. Yeah, he's a nice guy. Anybody who's nice to me, I think, is a nice guy. But I think he is a nice guy. He's smart enough to understand how the program is. He's smart enough to know that I'm trying to be stupid. He doesn't take what I take too seriously. I think it's to distract from the hair. Yes. Hello, all. Yes. It's Keith Bexley. So what did you eat today? Tell me what you ate, everybody. You're an idiot. About 3 or 4 cups is good, I think. This is what Lucy says. I trust her opinion. I'm a big fan of Lucy. She knows that. What does she do? She just insults me and tells me I'm horrible. Hey, Grant. Think he's on from 11 p.m. Yeah. Me? I'm on from 11 p.m. And Matthew Lazar might be on from 11 p.m. So far, a tub of skyr and 2 racks of ribs. What is skyr? What is that? I eat Korean kitchen too. I eat chicken. If I'm in Paddington Station and I'm hungry, I'll eat the little chicken bits, Korean chicken. And it is so good. But it's also could be, it's relatively high in carbs. I'm trying to be low carb. Aren't we all? Are we all? Raise your hand if you're trying to be low carb. What did you eat today? So Kerry ate Korean chicken. What is exactly Korean? And Maltese Phil, what is a tub of skyr? Or is it skyr? Hello, Keith. That's from Lucy. Lucy's lovely. Leanne. Hello, Keith. A tuna melt panini. I'm sorry to say, I love that. I love tuna melts with cheese and bread. I haven't had one in about 10 years, but a tuna melt is amazing. But is it healthy? It's got too much. It's got mayonnaise, and it has bread. Everyone remember to hit the like button. Thank you, Leanne, and subscribe. Can everybody do that? Can you like it? Can you like it right now? I went for lunch. It was delicious. Yeah, you went for lunch. Very good. Because you're a nurse, right? You're helping other people, or a doctor. I don't know which one you said. To the other poster, yes, I was an idiot. But I was younger back then and didn't know enough about coffee. Yeah. Well, we don't know enough about food. I found out when I was 60 years old. I didn't know what a carb was. I didn't know there's only three kinds of food that add energy, which is sugar, not even sugar, which your body needs to run itself. There's fats or oils, and oils are bad for you. There's carbohydrates, and then there's protein. Chris King loves gefilte fish. Well, I'm with you. I love gefilte fish too. I actually made gefilte fish. It was more expensive than buying it in a can when I was about 20, maybe 24 years old. I had lots of time back then. Panini is the plural of a small bread roll. Yeah, pan. I guess it comes from the word pan. Yeah, bread. Yeah. Lewis is only allowed to eat Patrick Christie's leftovers. He's the boss. He wants to hire me. If he says he doesn't want me on the show, I'm not on the show. Technically, you're having a paninotheque. We're learning about panini. We're learning. There are carbs and crabs. Never mix them up. Stick to the crabs. Yes, Galactus, I'm with you. Ciabatta is another thing. Means slipper. Lucy knows it all. Which I find funny for some reason. Yeah, because it looks like a slipper. Well, what does a croissant mean? It means a crescent. So you're saying the bread is shaped like a crescent. Hi, Leanne. I should be watching it tonight also. I'm enjoying the live stream too. I have a question for Lewis. Yes. What do you usually have for a meal? Well, like today, I had 5 raw eggs, 3 small pieces of bacon, 50 grams, which is a small amount, of beef, and about 5 small plums from the neighborhood. So that's the question. What did you eat today, Grant? Tell me what you ate. What is your mother eating? What are you eating? What are you eating so I can criticize it and feel good about myself? Because I've eaten better food than you. Yeah, what are you eating? It's 30 degrees out there. That's hot. That's hot. I'm not hot here because I'm not moving around. I'm not hot. Okay? Chris King's laughing at Lucy. Yeah, Lucy's very funny. Leanne is laughing at Galactus. Very funny. Leanne is laughing at Lucy. We're laughing at each other. And you know what? We all don't need to be funny. I mean, maybe I should be a bit funnier, but we don't need to be funnier. I don't need to be funnier. Actually, it means carpet slipper. Yeah, it was probably the shape of a slipper that you wore in the house. Good point, Lucy. Good point. Lewis, did you go to the Ivor Cummings talk last year at the attic? I swear I saw you there. Kate, that is really good memory. Yes, I was there. I took the train down there to go to that thing. Yes. I love Ivor Cummings. I'm sorry. He's a great one. Do you know Ivor Cummings? Did you know of him beforehand? Because he made 2 very good points, which is the point about the food. A lot of it I've learned from Ivor Cummings. I didn't get all this. Nobody gets any of this from themselves. I've watched thousands of hours of videos. I had my heart scanned. I had a CT scan because of Ivor Cummings. Right there. Here's right there. So that's really great. Can Lanning, is it Anning? Welcome to the show, Kate. Are you from down there? Where is the attic in Southampton? I took the train down there. I'm glad I did. I'm really glad. It was a great day. Hi, Lewis. My mom, Sarah, and I, unfortunately, are eating chocolate digestives from the fridge with a cup of tea. Definitely not a great way to stay in shape. But it's just for one day, can't hurt. One day can't hurt. You got to remember that it hurts. It does hurt. If you raise your blood sugar levels, it could take a week to get them back to normal. So it's not good. And if you say you're having digestives, that's definitely not good, which means you've had more than one. How is your mom? Is your mom fat? Are you fat? I mean, I never had them when I was in America, but what are they made with? Sugar. They're made with chocolate, which is not quite good, or I don't know how much chocolate it is. It's made with sugar, chocolate. It's made with sugar, chocolate, and it's made with carbs. The Guardian had us all listed as right-wing extremists, though, Lewis. Better not be too funny, eh? Yeah, well, you're right. Unfortunately, the people who watch GB News are branded by this. My ex-girlfriend, the reason she broke up with me is because she thought that I was convinced that I was not under the payroll. A lot of other people have said I'm under the payroll of GB News, but I think she was convinced I was that I didn't always believe the crazy things that I've always believed in, and I've always believed them, not every them. Okay. So what are you saying? Maltese Phil, thank you. He says he loves a crab sandwich on Scarborough Sea from Mind You. What does that mean? Scarborough. Can you make sure the punctuation is right? Can you make sure the sentence is correct, Maltese Phil? I don't mean to be critical. And companion means to eat bread with. Companion, to break bread. This is my break breader. Yeah, I break bread with. I did not know that. Companion, because pan is bread. So then a crepe is a swirly, I'm not going to say. All right. Ivor Cummings is a great guy. Listen to him. Wantanai says, yeah, listen to him. Listen to him, and if you see him, say, Lewis Schaffer recommended you. I mean, in the early days, I saw him on GB News. And then they must have said, you can't have him on GB News. You can't have Lewis Schaffer saying these things on GB News. Ivor Cummings, yeah, he's a great guy. He was the one who said, get a CT scan to see if you've got any calcification on the heart, which will tell you if your heart's not good. The attic is in Taunton, which is outside Southampton. Yeah, but I'm from New Forest. I've been to New Forest before. Loving the live streams, but do enjoy watching you on GB News. Yeah, okay, thank you, Kate. How old are you? Are you fat? No, don't answer that question. Lewis, when you were introduced tonight, will you be looking at the camera or on your phone? I'll try to look at the camera. I never know which camera I should be looking at. Do I need to look at the camera? I'm sitting there. Mark Thorosian. Bourbons, the biscuit of choice here, but not often. Yeah, bourbons are good. Those are cookies. I never had those cookies. Steve Cuff loves the New Forest. He's telling Kate he loves the New Forest. Hi, Lewis, Grand Peacock says, or asks. I will say a really helpful fact. My mom, Sarah, is slender and can eat anything without putting on those pounds on. I can safely say the biscuits are now left alone. Yeah, I mean, at least you recognize it, and your mother probably recognizes it. I mean, a lot of times, the problem with being skinny is you can get Parkinson's disease. You're 33 years old and you're 6 stone. All right, well, you're Lewis Schaffer's next girlfriend. When I come down there, you're my next girlfriend. You're so slender. So slender. Do you have a boyfriend? Do you have kids? Let's give Kate a round of applause. Kate is Yanning. Let's give her a big round of applause. She's 6 stone. That's brilliant. No, this is not Ivor Cutler. Ivor Cutler is great, though. The great Jewish, songwriter. Ivor Cutler was amazing. So I'm dinky. What does that mean? You're dinky. Yeah, you're dinky. Yeah. How much does 6 stone weigh? 6 stone is 60 plus 24 is 84. Oh wow, you're tiny. Yeah. How tall are you? You're tiny. Sam S. says, whatever you're doing good. Don't let me criticize you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Kate Yanning. Okay. I read today that Mattel has launched its first Barbie doll with diabetes in a bid to foster a greater sense of inclusion and empathy among children. Is this a good idea? What do you think it is? What do you think, Sam? What do you think, Sam? Okay. I'm partial to a hobnob. Rarely have them, though. Here we go. Thorosian. Say it quick. Thorosian. Leanne is applauding. Lewis, McVitie's have brought out a raspberry and cream version of their classic digestives. Sadly, sounds delicious. Sadly. So Mark is young. Does anybody live near Kate? What's your height, Kate? Because you sound like nothing. Okay, I haven't been 6 stone since I was 6. Yeah, we got to lose weight. I think it could encourage children to put on diet to get diabetes. Or it could tell them that that's a possibility and not wait till they're older before they get diabetes. How about that? Hi, Lewis. I was wondering if you were talking about your YouTube show on GB News. I've mentioned it a few times. I'm sure all your fans shall be watching you tonight on GB News, including me. Yeah. Well, you could say Lewis is on TV. He also has a page. And he did a long... Yeah. I'm surprised. You're 5'1", so you're small. Yeah, 6 feet sounds great. Doesn't that sound great? It sounds absolutely great. No. Hot chocolate hobnobs are just plain. No, you don't want chocolate. You want plain hobnobs. Often you are looking at the host who is asking the questions, so I wouldn't say you'd be looking at the camera much, if at all. Have you hosted before? No, I never have, and I don't want to host. I'm the star of the show. I am not the guy. I am Ian Hislop, or the other guy. Okay? So that's what I'm saying there. Mark Therosian. Well done, Lewis. Very good. Spot on with the pronunciation. We will try tomorrow. Yeah, Therosian. How's everyone like this stream? I don't know. I don't want to read this. Lidl or Aldi are just as good. Yeah, they're just as good. I would. But Lidl, I like the other stuff. What are those things called? It was told yesterday to me what the other things I like with the almond. They were just so good. The view from up here is amazing, by the way. So maybe I should have some more water. Take a break. No. Oh, these are yummy from Aldi. Yeah, those two places are just amazing. I'll never forget that one Headliners episode where they let Lewis host for half the show. Andrew Doyle was so smug about it. It was great. And yes, it was great. And that's Andrew's acting, because people actually believed it. I mean, he did push me off the chair properly hard, but it was acting. Andrew is so talented and so bright. He's one of my favorite people in the entire world. I went to his wedding. I don't mean I be rude, Steve Cuff said, but do you have to pay VAT for your clothes? Why? Because I'm an American? Or because I make so much money or something like that? I know, I don't make enough money. I mean, I shouldn't be talking like this. Oh, yeah, you forget because I'm a Jew and I'm leading the whole ruling class and I'm on GB News and I'm promoting the rich people agenda. She can definitely fit. It's a double-decker now because Lewis is getting too popular. Mark, she can definitely fit. What does that mean? What did Mark say? Will she fit on the Lewis Schaffer tour bus? Yeah, we're getting 2 buses. That's right. We're getting 2 buses. I just weighed myself. I lied. I'm 6'7" stone. Well, people always gain during the daytime. What did you eat today? You mean those ginger biscuits for quick? They're not ginger biscuits. I don't know what they're called. They're light in color and they're made out of almonds. I think. I forget what they're called. Do you remember what they were mentioned yesterday? I was watching that chair pushing exercise. Yeah. Because it's Andrew. It's a smart, funny guy. And Paul, it was really good. I shouldn't say we were acting. But a lot of people got so mad. A lot of Andrew said to me, your fans are like angry at me. They really love you, Lewis. And that's what's really good. Lidl is brilliant. It is a brilliant shop. The quality of most things, apart from the fresh fruit and veg, is great. You don't think the fruit is that good there? I don't eat fresh fruit and veg anyway, so... I mean, I go in there, I'll buy fruit, but I try not to, because it comes 6 to a pack, and I will eat every single one. I can't... Sometimes I'll buy it, I'll have 2 pieces, and I'll throw the rest out, but I'll feel horrible. You can't eat fruit. We're going to make room for Kate Lanning. What kind of name is Lanning? Is it like an Italian name? It's an interesting name. Kate Lanning. Kate Lanning. Love the bakery at Lidl. You should, but you can't eat that stuff, Leanne. You cannot eat the bakery stuff. It's too good. Oh, wait. Yes, that's right. How could I forget? This is what Mark said. You did host once, and I remember Doyle wanted his seat back. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he did that. He's funny. Do you mean soft amaretto? No, but that, no. I don't remember what it's called. But it's like very high in calorie. It could be made out of butter. Strategically positions at the entrance. What is little? They do a great grass-fed steak. They do. But my problem is I eat the brisket, and it's not quite as good as the. I shouldn't say this, but it's not quite as good as the Morrisons. It's tasteless, little and Aldi fruit. Yeah, it could. Well, a lot of times with those fruit, because it's mass marketed. I'm not sure where my name comes from. You Google it right now. Is it Eanning or Lanning? Eanning. It sounds like it could be Italian or Greek. It's excellent, especially the free bakery items on the little card. Lewis isn't happy about this. That's why I don't have a little card. Amaretto biscuits. I love amaretto biscuits, but that's not it. I mean, the kind you can get in Starbucks. I love them, but macaroons. No, not macaroons either. Though I love macaroons. When you go low carb, you love everything with sugar in it. Everything. That's why. Then you have. That's why you got to train yourself not to overdo it. The middle aisle wins again. Yeah, I'm always speaking nice things about that. It always meets. You love the middle aisle. There's always something biscotti. It's not called biscotti. I don't remember what it's called. Let me see if I can find it. Will you bear with me? I think we're going to have to take a break in a minute. Let me just check right now. I'm going to check right now. Hold on a second. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to window capture. I'm going to go into here. Can you see this? Can you see little, Lidl, little biscuit items? Okay, list. What is it called? It's not. Yeah, these are the biscuits. It's not called a biscuit. Biscuits and savory snacks. Okay. Can you all read this thing? Can you see this thing? Except. Okay, let's see what there is. The digestives. I mean, is this going to make you hungry, everybody? Custom oh my God, this stuff is amazing stuff, but we got to say no to it. We got to say no. How do we get over here? Oh my God. How do we get over here? I can't find it. Any ideas, everybody? Any ideas? Almond fingers? No, it's not called almond fingers. Thank you, Joodles. It's not called. I know. I have to know what these biscuits are. Yeah. They're not even biscuits. They can come in little bits and pieces. They're usually around Christmas. They can be in a bag about this big. They're almond fingers. They're not almond fingers. I don't think that's what they're called. Lanning. But why? But why do you say it's Lanning when it looks like an eye? Bantenberg cake? No. No, my husband loved the amaretto, but Lorna didn't like it. Brandy snap sounds good. Finger Marie? No. No. You did a low carb shop? Round of applause for Lorna for a low carb shop. How's that? Are they Italian? Could be Stalin. That was the name. I'm so unreliable. You got to, that's Stalin. Thank you very much, Kerry. Yeah, let's see what there is here. Let's see what there is. Yeah, let me just see Stalin. I'm searching for Stalin. Let's see how much Stalin. Never stop growing. Check out our lifestyle. I don't think maybe don't have Stalin because it's the summertime. Do you see the Stalin? I don't see. There's no Stalin here. Can you see any Stalin on this stuff with all the great stuffs? I don't see it. What is this thing here? Wine tour. There's no Stalin. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the no matches can be found. What I can do here is I can go here and I can go to hold on, what is it called? It's called My Net Diary. Okay. Okay, we're not looking. We're not looking. But this is like what I ate today. Is this today or is this yesterday? This is what I ate today. Can you see this, everybody? Can you see this? You can only get it at Christmas, yeah. That's cake, Lewis, FF. Yeah, it's cake. Is it cake? It's not quite a candy bar. It's not quite sugar. It's Stalin. Is it a cake? What is it? Did you not do the Stalin discussion a couple of days ago? Yeah, but I forgot what it was called. I love that food. That's the main thing. But I'm going to show you how many calories it is. Can I show you how many calories it is? Okay, I'm going to write it in here. I'll write it in here. S little, Lidle, Stalin. Marzipan style, luxury style with Jamaican rum. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Okay, let's find how much it is in 100 grams. I don't know. What does it say? It says 31 grams. No, that's too many grams. What is 100 grams divided by 12? 100 grams divided by 12 could be one log. One log. Could it be one log? Could it be one log? 31. No. 1, 2. Could it be 10? Could be 10. No, it's not 10. Could it be? Yeah, it could be 400 grams, 100. Because 0.1/12 of a log. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Here it is. 100. Yeah. Can you see that? Can you see how much that is? Can you see that, everybody? Stalin, that little loves that we had a discussion a couple of days ago. I want to apologize. Can't see what you're writing. But it's 452 calories. And it's 52 grams of carbs. I'm trying to do less than 52 in a day. And you might have to go 20 grams in order to be low carb. Okay? So, but it's got 13 grams of carbs, which is actually very high in carbs. Does it say what it's made out of? It's got 26 grams of fat. It has no trans fat. Yeah. That's got a lot of calcium. But you can't have 100 grams of it because that's 452. 452. Right? That's what it is. Full screen. Okay. Shortbread is delicious. We're all on this. How many people are watching? A lot of people liking this? What is 8 and a bit? Yeah, 8 and a bit. 8 and a bit times 12 is 80 plus 16. That is totally right, Kinsey. People who like me tend to be smarter than the average person, 35. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you tend to be smarter. I think because in order to handle possible ridicule from me, Joseph Stalin. Very good, Archie. It's really good, but you can't eat it. Maybe you can get it, for Christmas. You have a bite or two, but you can't do it. Yeah. Yeah, Lorna. Yeah. So we have smart people here. I think I think I should end the show because I'm going into work. What do you say? What do you say? Or maybe I should take a little break and we'll end at 8. If I end at 8, I'll get out of here at 8:30. I'll be there at 9:30. And then I'm. Okay, Lorna's son makes a beautiful shortbread. Is it like a Swiss roll? Who are you talking to? I love Swiss roll. We call them yodels in America. I used to eat entire packages of those things. That and Malamars, which are basically tea cakes. They're a little bit different in America. But Malamars were amazing, made by the Nabisco Company, one of the first international conglomerates. You could lose a lot more weight if you switched to Stalin cake. Jedster, very funny. That's true. And be sent out to the whatever it is, out to the cold places. Little break, but only if you're up to it. You have to take care of yourself, yeah. I mean, I don't want to be late for work, and it's not that I'm a bit tired. I'm thinking, I don't even know what I'm thinking. You know what's really lovely, Lewis? Hazelnut or almond meringue biscuits with no flour. You know what? You might be right. Hazelnuts are amazing. I eat a lot of hazelnuts. I used to. Almond meringue, I don't know what that is, what it's like put into eggs. The problem is, nuts are not good for you. I don't care what they say about you. They can eat away your kidneys. They've got lectins. They're not good for you, Lucy. I would say stay away from nuts. Having said that, I have to make a note that I had 60 grams of I had 60 grams of nuts today. Did I write it down? That I had 60 grams of almonds. Almonds. Okay. Raw almonds. I had 60 grams. Does it say how much? A cup ground, an ounce, a cup, a gram. Yeah, I had 60 grams. Let's say I had 80 grams. I'm going to say I had 60. I don't think I had 80 grams. I might have to check this out. And let's see what we had. Please enter the correct eaten amount. 50 grams. Oh, I see. I put an extra G in there. Okay, I'm checking this now. That's 347 extra calories in the street. And then I had an apple that I found in Peckham Park. You know? An apple. An apple. Okay. So how many calories have I eaten so far today? Let's see. Let's check this out. I've had 1,162 calories today. The problem is I'm going to go to the studio, and there's always stuff lying around. I always walk around and eat something, and I want to lose another 4 pounds. I want to lose another 4 pounds. So I think I've eaten too much. Too much. I had 5 eggs, the double cream. I had an apple. I had raw almonds. Okay. Here we go. Full screen. Full screen. Americans put an almond joy on top of a Bounty bar. Put an almond on top of an almond joy and call that an almond joy. Yeah. It's not enough almonds. There's not enough almonds. Though I do like an almond joy. It's an almond candy, whatever. I love almond cake. It's amazing. But I love lemon meringue, Mark J says. Yeah, and lemon curd. That lemon curd is very British. Yeah, I love that too. Totally, Kinsey. This is what Leanne says. I spent, Kinsey says, 40 years thinking it was me. What about you? Let me see what Kerry says. Okay. Tonics, tea cakes are the best. Not that I like them. Yeah, no, you do like them. They're just meringue with added ground nuts. That's something else you're talking about. It has to be said this group seems to be my only sanity at the moment. Leanne, well, I was going mad. Was I going mad, director? 3-4 weeks ago. Director? Yeah, I was going mad. He's not listening to me. Step away from the Percy pigs. I used to eat yes, because across the street was a Marks and Spencer's, and I used to eat Percy pigs. They were amazing, but it was just sugar. It's just sugar. It's not good to eat. Chalva. That's right, Lola. Chalva, yeah. I never liked chalva. It's ground up, whatever it is. It's ground up nuts with sugar in it. It's delicious. Americans like cream pies. We like creamy pies. Every pie is creamy. It's very soft and fluffy with lots of cream, and a pie is about that high. You can eat any of this stuff, but don't eat it in public, and don't tell people about it on your live stream, because people are going to remember it. And eat just a little bit, but you got to really focus. You got to say to yourself, if I have one bite of this pie or one little bit of chalva, I'm going to have a second bite, and then a second bite, and then a second bite. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. And Leanne says, yeah, this is what Kinsey says to Leanne. It's because the rest of the world is bonkers. It is bonkers. It's bonkers. I love hazelnuts, But you know, something like what is the hazelnut nut candy? What is that called again? What is the hazelnut candy that is? It's really high in sugar, and they put hazelnut in it to stop you from eating chocolate. So it becomes like a hazelnut spread and not a chocolate spread. And thank you very much, Steve. Everybody remember the USA, please. Celery sticks. No, celery sticks are bad for you. They're just fiber. They hurt your kish. Maybe not super bad. They hurt your kishkas. And then you're still hungry and you're sitting there. It teaches you to be eating all the time. Don't eat celery sticks. Eat high-calorie food that you write down how much is in that on your What's My Net Diary. What's your favorite Jewish food, Jedster? I mean, I grew up with Jewish food, so it's all good to me. It's all good. My mother used to make a brisket. I don't even know what it was called, but it was brisket with tomatoes and potatoes, and maybe it didn't have any potatoes. With I loved it. All the food. If I say to you, what's good British food, you'd love it because it reminds you of love. My father would say, food is love, and he was fat and he died early. Do Americans like apple pie like it shows in the movies, with cream? Not all, but yeah. My grandmother used to make me an apple pie every time I came over. It was like amazing. Yeah, we like apple pie. We like pies with a lot of fruit. We like all. When I moved to this country, we did not have any cakes in this country. There's very few cakes. Americans had cakes. And you actually, hold on a second. What does that sound? Hold on a second. Yeah, salt beef. We don't have salt beef in Jewish food. We had corned beef. We had pastrami. I used to go into what's the place called? Oh my God, my memory is. This is what happens when you get older. But salt beef, yeah, salt beef sandwiches. But in America, there would be corned beef, and when they say corn, they mean with peppercorns, which means it's like kind of slightly fermented, I guess, and or flavored, or a pastrami. And we used to have it on rye bread at Katz's Deli. Love beef stew. It's like amazing, but you have to have a beef stew cooked a lot with lots of water because cooking dries the whole thing out. So you got to have beef cooked up with ketchup or something. I eat raw beef, so I don't need to cook it. You should bring a celery stick into the studio and nibble on it as Patrick chats to the others. Could be funny. Kinsey says, laugh out loud. That's Lewis's #1 fan. Who's Lewis's #1 fan? The Jedster? Could be. I don't know if you're not my #1 fan. I'm your fan. I follow each and every one of you people. Yeah, salt beef and apple pies. Yeah, love that stuff. And we used to have knishes, which are a knish is basically Jewish food, but it's basically a British type food. It's like a savory kind of a pudding thing, but it's not really pudding, but it's like a big wad, a fried wad of mashed potatoes. Very, very British. Really good. Okay, watch Lewis start to sweat now. What are the fans? How have you been busted? Yeah, grab a bag of yeah, Mark. Mark is saying I should bring a celery stick. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I like Patrick. I do like him. I like him. Like Bubble and Squeak. A bit like that. Is Bubble and Squeak, is that that's fried as well as being mashed? Is that right? I've had it a few times, but I haven't had it in a long time because it's potatoes. But that's really good. Like Bubble and Squeak is like just so good. But I don't know where you can get that thing. You can get it maybe at the place in Peckham. Fried cabbage and mashed potatoes. That's what Bubble and Squeak is, I guess. But it's also then fried. I'm your #1 fan, what tonight? The others are Starmer spies. Could be Starmer spies. Or eat a slice of... Would you stop that, Mark? I'm trying to set an example. Yesterday, I was just playing with this, what is it called? A vape. And next thing you know, what are you doing with a vape, Lewis? You don't look like you should have a vape. You don't have black currant there either, do you, over in the States? No, it's actually, there's a reason why. Do you know why we don't have it? Because it was banned. We've got grape flavor. It was banned because they thought it was poisonous or something. So there are 3 or 4 states in America that used to grow it that it's banned. Black currants, yes, black currants. It could be bad for you. You might have to cook it. You might have to cook it. Cabbage would also make for some interesting sound effects on the show. Yeah. Yeah. Do you miss, for example, grape jelly? I miss grape jelly because I can't eat jelly or jam. I have a thing of strawberry jam. We have that. I mean, grape jelly is such a cheap food. It's not good enough. It's like grape juice where they add lectin to it to make it whatever they add to it. Amazing that you could smoke, but black currant is banned. Yeah, they decided to ban things. Well, look at you. You banned chicken that's been washed in chlorine and say it's toxic, right? But then again, your salad that comes in a bag has been washed in chlorine. So, we all have our different habits. Tiramisu and a cup of coffee. I'd love that now. I'd love it now, too, if we were in a cafe or something and we were sitting there and I haven't had enough calories and I need more energy and I haven't, my carb count is low. Yeah, I'd like it, too. But you got to remember, tiramisu is coffee. Do you need to drink coffee with tiramisu? Who doesn't love coffee cake? I love coffee cake. I love banana cake. Yeah, you do. Kinsey, you love it. That stuff is great. Yeah, young coffee cake is great. Walnut cake. My mother made walnut cake. Incredible. Incredible. All cake, if it's made with butter, it's all good. It's all good if it's made with butter. Basically. It's all good. It's all good. So these are good foods. The thing about Britain is the food has improved, has definitely improved. But you ever read The Tiger, Taking the Tiger to Tea? You remember that book, the kids' book? Used to be a cake in America called Drake's Cake. I don't think it's made anymore. Yeah, Drake. We wouldn't eat Drake's Cake. You could get it, but we had Hostess cakes, which is the same thing. Like they made lots of little different kinds of cakes. Okay? Why do we always end up talking about food? Lucy asks. Because, number one, I'm obsessed with food because there's so much food I can't eat, and we need to know what's good for us, and I want to be super thin. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Okay. The book is called The Tiger Comes to Tea. And it was made in the book was written in the 1960s. And it was so primitive. It showed like a street in Britain, a small little street. And it was so dark and dingy. And they went to the restaurant there. And it was just pumpkin pie. Yeah, pumpkin pie tastes amazing. Because it's almost like a custard. It's custard. Yeah, that's a great book. But I used to read that with my kid. I think I threw the book out. I should save it. I'm going to do Lorna's for blackcurrant vodka shots. What is that? What did Lorna say? I make some beautiful blackcurrant vodka. What does that mean? You make it out of vodka? My blackcurrant bush is heaving. Is that what you call it? Is that what you call a blackcurrant is heaving? I'm going to Lorna's. Yeah, let's all go to Lorna's. We're going to Lorna's. No margarine in my house. What does that mean? Not like in America, I understand. Yeah, well, yeah, they push it, but in America, you know what the number one fastest growing food is? It's butter from Ireland. What's that? Gold, whatever it's called. Yeah, chlorinated chicken, but no black currant. I know it's weird. We can't talk through. We overload food with sodium. We can't talk though. Sorry. We overload it with sodium, and some things too much salt, or maybe not enough salt. There's a big debate about salt. We can talk about salt tomorrow, maybe, because I think we're gonna leave at 7:30. We're gonna leave at 7:30. But yeah, Joodles. I haven't heard from Joodles. Hey, Joodles, you have the kids' book. Guess How Much I Love You for Boys. It was written by my primary school teacher's husband. He died recently. Have you read that book? director. Guess how much I love you. Possibly I did. I read my kids' books all the time because I was an amazing father. I was such a good father. I read them books and then I made them read me books. Kerrygold, exactly, Archie Clume. It's big in America. But it's not, it's big. It's not authentic, though, because I hear certain times of the year they put the cats on wheat, lemon vodka and bramble vodka. If you're adding a flavor to vodka, it is no longer vodka. You can look that up. Historically, it is no longer vodka. Hi, Lou, and everyone. Warren Foster's. Thank you for joining us. We're going to be ending the show a bit early because I got to head into the studio. So Warren Foster's here. He comes from my hometown of Warsaw. Hometown, Warsaw. Okay, yeah. Tiger came for tea with a tea set. My mom shared that with my son. So lovely. Okay, I'm getting an image from someone sending me an image. I'll tell you what I'm seeing. Don't send me nude photographs. Please don't. Guess how much I love you. Yes, we've read that book. We've read that book. I'm not going to turn the camera around. Could you look at this picture? Did we read this book?
I don't know.
I think we did read this book. Wait 1 second. Let me find.
When are you planning on going to GB News?
I'm going to go in 10 minutes. I'm going to sign off in 5 minutes. And you'll have the world. Is it stopping you from...
I'm just wondering if you'd forgotten.
It's very sunny and warm in Warsaw. No, keep streaming. We're coming with you to the studio, Lewis. Yeah, you can meet me there. Just back in. Yeah, this is the book. Can I put up the picture of the book? The person who sent me the picture of the book. Yeah, it was a really great book. This is how much I love you. I used to say that to my kids, and they might have believed me, or maybe they didn't. Do you call it? I do call it my Blackburn. Yeah, I can put the picture up. I don't know whether you'll be able to see the picture. It's too bright. It's too bright. It's too bright. Yeah, we'll put it up another time. Lewis should stream from his phone on the way to the studio. Yeah, maybe we should do that. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say goodbye right now. Thank you. I Love You to the Moon and Back was coined in this book. Yeah, well, it's like that song, Fly Me to the Moon. I want to live amongst the stars. Yeah, I love you to the moon and back. Yeah, it's about love. I love you, Joodles. Okay. We are 100% going to Lorna's. You know, it may not be called vodkas. Vodkas cannot have any flavor. So you could say flavored vodka, but it's not considered that. But it makes it taste good. Thanks for a great live stream, Lewis. Look forward to seeing you at 11 p.m. Safe travels to the studio and all the best from Mum, Sarah, Albert, and myself. Thank you, Grand Peacock. Missed much of today's show, but I will rewatch it and read through the comments. Yeah, that's good. Can you read all the comments when you do that? Ideally, can you use streaming during the show? I think I need to just preserve myself because I need to be on my best behavior because people are at war with Lewis Schaffer because I think I want them dead. I want to shoot them or starve them or whatever, and I do not. I can just see your crutch thrust. Your crotch thrust. What does that mean? I don't know if that means. I don't want to ask. I don't want to ask Lorna. I'm not asking. Yes, Lewis. We love Lewis Chaos on GB News. Thank you. Here's what we need to do. Please watch tonight, 11 o'clock. Please go to your say and say, we want more Lou, but don't say anything. Say something nice. Don't say, I'd rather see this. I'd rather see Lou. Don't say anything about other people. Okay? Say, Lewis, whatever you want to say. Go here and subscribe, though you're all good friends already. We're basically... I'm going to start sending out emails to people who I know who I'm sure would enjoy this. They will never take our freedom. Yeah, let's hope they don't. And like the show. How about liking it? Have fun, Lewis, says Mark J. Fly Me to the Moon, says Marianne McCann. It's a sad song for me because that was the song my father used to sing to my mother when I was a child in the 60s. Fly me to the moon and let us live amongst the stars, something to another world like Jupiter or Mars. I'm singing this to you people. I'm going to start crying. In other words, darling, Yeah, it's really sad. Yeah, sad for me. He sang it to my mother, and my sang it to my mother. In other words, darling, kiss me, and he loved my mother. I sort of kind of okay. I'm putting it on. I'm putting it on end stream, and we'll see you tomorrow. Is everyone okay with that? I guess you are.
What's funny, Dad?
Yeah, I'm like I've got shaving cream and I'm not. My shirt is off. I've got to end this.